I have a lot of patients on a tight budget, but they still want to start a new skincare routine and they don't know where to start. So I set a goal for myself to make the least expensive skincare routine possible. If we haven't met, I'm Dr. Sheu, and I'm a board certified dermatologist who likes to talk evidence based skin topics, including skincare. These are the rules that I set for myself. Number one, the prices have to be for full size products. Lowering the cost by using travel sizes or trial sizes kind of seems like cheating. And number two, bare minimum, I need a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Plus, I'll also share my upgrade picks if I have a $50 budget instead. Let's go. For my cleanser, I chose Dove Sensitive Skin Beauty Bar, which is about $3. I've mentioned this product before. It's not fancy, it's not premium, but it does a good job washing off sunscreen and makeup without being too harsh and stripping, at least on my skin. One of the ingredients in Dove's Sensitive Skin Beauty Bar, lauric acid, also has some antimicrobial activity against Propionibacterium acnes, which is a normal part of your skin bacteria, but its byproducts can contribute to inflammation and the development of acne. Like all skincare products, your mileage may vary. Some people find it to be too drying, especially since they reformulated it a few years ago, but many people still tolerate it well. Next, let's talk about sunscreen. This Skin 1004 or Skin Chunsa sunscreen is popular for a reason. It's relatively inexpensive at $12, has great UVA and UVB coverage, is lightweight, and I think it looks good with or without makeup. I don't think that this sunscreen is perfect. You can watch my video on it if you want, back when I can usually find it for under $10. But if I'm on a tight budget, this is the least expensive sunscreen that I would feel happy to use. So I've already spent 3 plus $12, meaning I only have $5 left for some sort of moisturizer. That's pretty tough. But here is where Walmart saves the day. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life, but for just $4.88, I can get this Walmart store brand Equate Collagen Moisturizer Day Night Cream. Is it my favorite moisturizer, period? No, but for $5, this is a solid and hydrating moisturizer. Walmart's store brand makes surprisingly good moisturizers, by the way. The Equate brand moisturizing cream is really similar to CeraVe's moisturizing cream, and it's less than half the price. So if you're on a budget, head to your local Walmart. So in total, I spent 3 plus 12 plus $3 or $18. This is the absolute bare minimum I would use, and this is only if I had an ultra tight budget. I kind of think of this like eating rice and beans for every meal every day. I'm not going to starve to death, but I might end up with scurvy eventually. I had the toughest time choosing a sunscreen. The Skin 1004 option is the least expensive sunscreen that I would regularly use because I'm the pickiest about sunscreen. That's why a huge chunk of this $20 budget went to sunscreen. I am just not going to use a sunscreen that I don't love. But that left me with very little money left over for a cleanser and a moisturizer, so I personally found this $20 challenge to be super tough. Next, let's do a starter regimen for $50. I've never been a fancy cleanser person because I've never found an expensive cleanser that's worth a premium price. That's just my opinion. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are going to disagree. But if I had $50 to build a regimen with, I would consider swapping my Dove Beauty Bar with a salicylic acid based cleanser. I am mildly acne prone, and I do well if I add a little touch of salicylic acid. I like Neutrogena's oil-free acne wash for $9 because it lasts forever. You only need a quarter of a pump or less, and you can lather that well and use it on your whole face. It helps me control my occasional breakouts, but I'm never going to call it a premium experience. I like the Skin 1004 sunscreen, so even if I had a $50 budget instead of a $20 budget, I would still keep that around. So my sunscreen subtotal is still $12, bringing my total up to $21 so far. But what I really, really, really want to upgrade with the extra money is my moisturizer. I have less than $30 left in this budget, so I can't go crazy, but I can really upgrade my moisturizer with this money. Pyunkang Yul is one of my favorite brands for budget conscious but solid moisturizers. It's not as well known as some other skincare companies that are better at gimmicky marketing, like putting popping boba balls in their creams, but they make some solid products and they are on the less expensive side. I would add their Essence Toner, which is about $10 for 100 mLs. You can see me use it in my sensitive skincare video. That brings me up to $35 so far, and for another $15, I would add their Calming Moisture Barrier Cream, which brings my total to $50. So for $50, I have a regimen that I'm pretty happy with. A face wash that does a good job washing off my sunscreen and makeup and helps with mild acne, a sunscreen with comprehensive UVA and UVB coverage, and a pretty good two-step moisturizer combo. I've run out of the $50 already, but with my next skincare allowance, I would plan to add a retinoid. Staying budget conscious, with my next $17, I would add Beauty of Joseon's Retinal Eye Serum for $17. Although it's called an eye serum, I use this as my full face retinoid because it works well for my ultra sensitive skin. What skincare regimen would you buy for under $20? I struggled with this a lot and I would love to hear your thoughts. If you like content like this, consider checking out my video on the super trendy anti-aging ingredient, PDRN. Thanks for watching.